There, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com, and this video is about a Taurus ascendant, an Aries moon, and a Leo sun. So you have your ascendant degree or your rising sign is in fixed Earth, and the ruler is Venus. And this is the archetype of the builder or the consolidator. You have your moon in Aries, which is a difficult placement for Aries. And moon in Aries, I think, is about impatience, tremendous amounts of impatience and nervous energy. You are cardinal, your moon is ruled by cardinal fire, and the ruler is, of course, Mars. And you have your sun, which is nice because you have sun in rulership. So you have a potentially strong sun in Leo. And this is again fixed, of course, fixed fire. So you have fixed and fixed with your rising and your sun sign, and you have fire with your moon and with your sun, which is good because fire to fire creates a trine. That means your sun and moon energies are harmonious with one another. Okay, but of course your ascendant degree and your sun are in a square. So square is a tension of, it's a 90-degree aspect, and it is a tension, it is an aspect of tension that ultimately calls for mastery. So the ascendant is the degree of the horizon rising, degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. And the rising sign is sort of like the Jungian mask you wear to interface with the world. It is how the world perceives you. It is your physical body, your gestures, your mannerisms, your the way you look, your health to a certain degree, and many things. It is a very important part of your chart, especially if you have planets there. And now Taurus is feminine. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus here rules through the expression of fixed earth, which is nocturnal. It is the womb energy. Taurus is the womb energy. It deals with the earth and the physical body and all agriculture. So the association is with the food, okay, with the food and with substance, basically. Taurus is very much about substance and sustainability, right? Now, Taurus likes to root, okay? It likes to root because it is the archetype of the builder. I told you that. So there is a sense of rooting, and the bull can also be very stubborn. And this being a fixed sign, this means the energy is very fixed. Okay, this fixedness can work as a detriment or can give you the endurance and stability to run marathons, basically, okay? Now, with Uranus and Taurus, of course, your life for all the Taurian ascendants watching will change completely. And when I think of Uranus and Taurus, I think of how oak trees root even deeper. When there is the imminent threat of major storms, they root even deeper, as if their survival instinct kicks in. And I think this is what's happening to a lot of you Taurians. You may not realize it, but you're rooting deeper. You like to consolidate. Taurus is the second house of the zodiac, and this is about money, resources. Venus is about money, relationships, and the moon is exalted in Taurus. So this is a very feminine and beautiful sign, having an ascendant in Taurus, especially if Venus is on your ascendant. And you tend to be very beautiful. Although your Sun and Venus tend to move together, and they're not found much apart from one another. Sun, Mercury, Venus. Mars oftentimes does this crazy back and forth and stays away from them. But Venus pretty much stays with the Sun. Stability. You like that. You like things to be stable. You like things to be substantial. Very tactile, because Venus engages through the five senses. So Taurus is very much about touching, feeling, cooking a good meal, tasting food. And food, there can be a bit of an addiction to food. Okay, and bit of a, tremendous dependence with mood fluctuations on food. Okay, and losing weight can be a problem. Again, Taurus ascendants are the ideal Fibonacci 1.618 types, where you just, everything is beautiful, right? Now, rules the thyroid, the throat and the thyroid glands. So could have problems, especially if Venus is problematic. Could have problems with your throat and thyroid. Oftentimes your weight could be linked to thyroid. So better check that out if you cannot lose weight, especially. You like to give gifts, but you can be quite decadent and hedonistic. You love to have fun, and there could be excesses. Venus is the sweet, the sense of union. So with this union, there could be this sense of excesses that can come about. Very temperamental, very stubborn, can be very moody. Okay, that's why I guess the moon is exalted in Taurus. And Taurus females, be careful with the damsel in distress trope, because you can get caught with that. Even guys can get caught with trying to save the damsel in distress. So relationships. Uh, if you get into a relationship, it's for the long haul, committed, long term. But there's a need to control. Okay, control. Loves sensuality and wants to please in bed. Okay, possessive, very possessive. The bull sees red. Red is in rage. Do not get caught up in materialism, because there could be a sense of procuring to your to like oblivion, procuring to oblivion, right? So don't do that. You do not like surprises, and you tend to not even like to give surprise. You want them to know the very special gift that you've got for them. Okay, now I want to wrap up with this very interesting quote about from Stephen Forrest, that says Taurus is not just about money. At an even more fundamental level, it represents nature itself and the survival resources it gives us. So, Taurus is much more than that, much more than just money and hoarding, which can be a problem, and you can get caught in that because desires is the realm of Venus. So, lower expression, you can get caught in that. Always remember that in the Vedic system, Taurus is known as the Kritika, the Pleiades, which is the most spiritual star cluster out there. And Kritika acts as a bridge between the physical world and the metaphysical world. So Taurus, you have a very spiritual side to you. Don't forget that. Now, moon is not in a good position in Aries, and the moon is the very antithesis of the ascendant. If the ascendant is the mask we wear to interface with society, the moon is who we are when the mask comes off. It's our imagination, our ESP, our emotions, our childhood, our mother, the concept of nurturing, how we were nurtured, how we nurture, older sisters, other women, imagination, clairvoyance, clairaudience, our menstrual cycles. It's a deep feminine yin component and is associated to the Ida Nadi, okay, in Laya Yoga. So having your moon in Aries, and Aries is about cutting and burning, because that's what Mars does. Mars is about separation. Moon wants union. So you can understand how difficult the moon can be in Aries. You could have had a difficult childhood, in the sense rapid changes, mother may have been erratic, anger, violence, huge temper can be associated with this. And this is a 12th house moon. So your mother may not even have been there, or may have, maybe incarcerated because she was engaged in some kind of violent act, or mother may be, very distracted, moving from place to place, cold, but very harsh, not Saturnian cold, but just like Martian, says whatever she wants to, very insensitive, okay, very a separating force. So mother was not the ideal maternal types, okay, may even be into drugs, 12th house, house of escapism, drugs. So mother may have been into drugs. 12th house moons can be very psychic, and Aries is definitely, it is the archetype of the pioneer, and Aries definitely likes to go places where this other signs can't go, because this is the sign that forges ahead. But the thing with Aries moon is impatience and being selfish. So everything is not just about me, and really understanding that, I think, is a big challenge, patience and selflessness, because ultimately the moon sign is who we are to the age of 7, because that's our most um, unique expression, our soul, our internal mental projection. And it also comes out when we are stressed. So when you're stressed, you can get really angry, you can get really upset, and say really harsh things. So keeping that Mars in check would be a good thing to do. Aries moon could mean a lot of thoughts in your mind, a lot of violent, angry thoughts. It could even be that you blame somebody else. You're not ready to take responsibility, or maybe your mother was not ready to take responsibility and blame somebody else for everything. But that's not how it works. Everything is interconnected. But with an Aries moon, you're definitely about freshness, about new beginnings, new starts, new life experiences, new places to go, new things to do. But there's oftentimes not a solid wrap up with the Aries energy, which hopefully your Taurus ascendant brings forth for you. The wrap up that is necessary, the endurance that is necessary, the staying power that's necessary. And if you really understand your sun, moon, ascendant, you can work through so much. Because even in ancient Hellenistic astrology, the ruler of the nativity theory, it is the big three ultimately, that within the big three you decide who is the ruler of your chart, who is that one cosmic symbol for who's the cosmic key, which symbol is the cosmic key. So that's very important to figure out Aries moon and work with it, because according to esoteric astrology, our moon sign can become our biggest, it can be the biggest thing that's holding us back, because we develop so much time creating all these habit patterns that we don't know how to break out of them. Okay. Sorry. Now you have a 4th house sun in Leo, which is again squaring your ascendant degree, your rising. So in a sense, this means that the sun is how you want the world to perceive you. It's your father. It's how you shine in the world. It's your idea of I am, your sense of ego, not just in the, id way, how Freud divided it, ego, superego. It's not just the id, that this is me, but it's more soul awareness of, I am awareness. And it's also how you shine, how you lead, how you want the world to see you. So there could be a clash of how the world sees you and how you want the world to see you. But having a Leo 4th house moon, your father was very important to you, a big part of your family. And 4th house sun could also mean you will finally serve. Cancer, it is the domain of Cancer. And Leo, you could work with children. Leos love to be childlike and work with children. Leo's sun, a very strong position, rules the heart. Aries rules the head. And Taurus rules the throat and thyroid. So, Leo sun, this is the archetype of the actor, the performer. You could be dramatic about how you go about in the world. You know, you could be even dramatic with your family, and you're definitely the leader. And fourth house, although it's not such a powerful house, and you know, it is a very powerful house. Sorry, fourth house, very powerful house. So having your sun there, you're definitely going to shine bright, and you're going to, because it is the house of foundation and family. So family, you will be an important person in your children's life for sure, because you know, fourth house is also the family you create, and of course the family you've lived with. Go create. Leo likes to create. Leo's sun definitely likes to create, and Taurus is very artistic. So you're definitely an artist of sorts, and having a bit of, you know, those two fixed signs, Leo and Taurus, could mean that you actually finish things. So I hope you like that video as much as I like making it for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and book a reading. Thank you.